Um, can you turn on your webcam and just come when I call you?
Right. So you want me to keep it off now?
Yes. Oh. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of K12 TV. I am so excited to be back after so many weeks. I'm getting to see you guys. So, hello. For everyone who don't know me, my name is Niharika. I am a coder, but more of a teacher by heart, and I love playing games. And which is why this time we are doing something different, right? Every time I come here with a super coder who's a kid or a little champ just like you guys, and they teach us to code on different platforms like artificial intelligence or HXR or Scratch or Thunkable, and we have like so many technologies going on. But this time I wanted to do something different. I have a fever, and do you know what fever it is? It is Roblox fever. I cannot stop playing games on Roblox because it's so cool. And that's when I started researching about it, and I actually realized you can create games on Roblox as well, and it is so much more exciting. And they also use their own language, which is called Lua. So this is like a very exciting space, and I needed some help, right? I wanted to get someone who can actually help me get introduced to creating a game on Roblox and not just playing a game on Roblox. So I have with me one of the coolest coders I know. I know that whenever he gets free time, he is in front of his laptop either making games or making apps or just coding. And someone who loves interacting with kids and does these Scam K12 Roblox and Minecraft sort of gaming lives with students. So we have a proper gamer coder Arjun sir with us. So Arjun sir, can we have you over?
Hey guys.
Hello. I think I feel great right now that you have come online because I keep seeing your Arjun sir versus Shaurya sir gaming lives. But I don't feel competent enough to participate in it, I guess. I think if I am in someone's team, then you'll lose. So I am.
Don't trust me, the kids play really well these days. Even we understand the kids against them.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I just like stay away from those because I'm scared of playing against kids. I think they are just crazy, and they are crazy awesome. Like not that kind of they're just crazy awesome, and it is just awesome. But before we start and before we do everything, we have so many people live right now, and I think they would like to know a bit about you. So just are two questions, okay? Obviously we don't want to know your school and everything, but two questions. A is, when was it in your life that you actually realized that coding is the thing, like yeah, this is my thing, right? And B is, I am so curious because you are so coding, like experimenting and doing so many things. Is there any other thing that you really like or like enjoy doing other than coding? So if yes, what is that thing?
Okay. Answering to the first question, when was it that I came across coding is the thing? Firstly, when I was in like grade 6, grade 7, I used to have a potato PC. Now potato PCs are PCs from 20,
Yeah.
22, 2002, 2004 times, where you cannot play hi-fi games, but you can play games. Now I used to play a lot of games in that,
Yeah.
and my mom used to hate me playing games. Okay? So that's the point where I was like, okay, if let's assume I get good at coding, designing, developing games,
Yeah.
and I make my own game, and I can assure you that there's a very sound of will you let me play them? And mom took it as a joke, and she was like, okay. But even I was in like 6th grade or something, so I was like, fine, I'll try something. Never happened. But then in 7th grade, I was from ICSE, so we used to have C programming in our syllabus. And all my peers used to find it really difficult to do. And in that time, I started, coding, and I was okay with the logic. I was grasping it all quickly.
Yeah.
It gave me that sense of that loop of superiority thing happening in life.
Yeah.
So I took over coding.
Yeah.
And once I got into coding, I started very basic programming. Then we had a lot
What
of
was the
focus on
first language that you learned? I'm so sorry I'm cutting you, but now I'm like really curious because you learned coding so young. Then now I'm curious, what was the first language that you learned?
C and Java. They were in syllabus for us.
Oh, so you
So
did learn, like you did start with C, unlike a lot of students who start with Scratch. You did actually start with C.
yeah, you have to get your basics right, obviously.
Yeah.
Because then languages just change, you keep changing syntaxes. It's like if you know what to speak, you can speak it in any language as long as you have programs.
Definitely. I actually, when I was learning, even I started with C++. And then I learned C, which was really weird because in like Indian college syllabus is a bit weird sometimes. But
I
yeah. Like in those 4 years, I actually managed to learn C, Java, HTML, and Python. I mean, imagine the scope. I mean, that it was so unnecessary. But anyways, getting back, yeah. So you started learning C, and then what happened?
Yeah. So once I learned C, I was, I saw this Unity ad that you can build your own games, and it said C sharp. And I was like, okay, I know C sharp. I am good with this. I download it.
Yeah.
I downloaded it, and then I didn't do anything. I was like, why is include std? That's a basic code from C. Not working. Why is this not working? Then I was like, oh, C sharp is a different language. Then I
Yeah.
started Googling. And learning from Google or asking my seniors who knew, that helped me a lot. So then I was like, oh, cool, let's develop. Let's build games. And then I got into coding.
This is amazing. Like, this is just so crazy. And we actually have more than 35, 36 kids online right now. So, guys, if you have anything that you want to ask Arjun sir, how about you start putting questions? Now, I would like to ask Arjun sir, yes, like, other than coding, is there anything that you do? Because
I'll need to remove the blur, but there's a keyboard here, so I play music. That's a little bit of my day. Then I also play badminton. That's pretty much. And I love cooking. That's
so cool. That's actually pretty cool. You like need some kind of keyboard board around you basically. It was such a bad joke, but I had to say it. Okay.
Yeah, I switch from this keyboard to that keyboard. No, very true. I don't know. That's why I have a gaming chair. You just turn and you're playing it.
So cool. Okay, now let's come to directly to questions. Okay, because I feel like everyone's here for just that one word, and that was Roblox. Right?
Alright.
How did you get introduced to Roblox? And look, I have been exploring Roblox as a platform, like not as a studio, and it has some amazing games, like very addictive games also, I would say, right? Like you'll just say, let me just try out a game, because I would like to know how it's created, but then you'll end up playing it for an hour or so because it's so addictive, right? So I was introduced to Roblox through the kids that I teach. So it was like it was a pure, like I got through the bests, I would say.
Adults getting peer pressure from kids. Nice.
Yeah. And
First
also
time
I
they
was
played
introduced to the
Roblox.
best of the games because the cream people introduced me, right? Like,
Fair enough.
so how was you introduced to Roblox, and in general, what about Roblox attracts you to that platform? Because you are very active, I know you love creating games on Roblox. I've seen you create games on Roblox. Sometimes we have to tone you down, saying, "Arey, it's okay." so, so yeah.
I know that does happen. So, I was in grade 8, 9 ish when we started to play on Roblox. So, all my friends, that time there was this game which was going really famous, GTA 5 Online, the Rockstar Edition.
Okay.
So, we all used to play this game online, but then a lot of my friends were in the US.
Yeah.
So, we used to have a very expanded circle.
Yes.
Because Ryan had, like the school that I studied in, we had 317 branches all over the world. So, we had a lot of international contacts. And they used to this is about playing these local games.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not local, that's international. Your PC probably doesn't run it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, it's great. You come to Roblox, you try Roblox. Like, fine, let's see.
Yeah.
So we all downloaded Roblox, and this was an amazing online platform that time. And even my PC, being a potato PC, could run it on high graphics. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's something so, advanced, like I can play with people across the world, runs at this good graphic quality on such a bad PC. There should be something creative about this.
Definitely.
Then we started exploring a lot of games, and then there was this game called Ninja Rush something. That game, I think I saw on YouTube. I was like, oh, this can be coded? You're telling me we can make these games? And then I found out a group who used to code on Roblox. So we got a part in it. There was a Discord channel. We all got into it. And we used to be like the rookies there, never respected. But then they used to teach us. They used to be like, no. And we used to say stupid questions. We were like, how to print? They're like, how to print? Message deleted. I was like, no, don't delete. Please help, please help. We used to ping continuously. Then someone used to reply. There we learned. And then we developing on Roblox. The reason I stick to Roblox Now still, Roblox is not my favorite game development platform.
Yeah.
I also love Unreal Engine, Minecraft servers. I do a lot of them.
Yeah.
But Roblox pays you. This is the best part for me. I'm sorry for being greedy there, but Roblox after 100,000 Robux starts paying you out real cash for it. So in 9th grade, 10th grade, that was an amazing opportunity for me to make money out of it. So I was like, oh wait, so I can actually prove it to my mom that I have a business already out of it. So let us
Pocket
start.
money. The Roblox gave you
Yeah.
pocket money.
Yeah,
And
it would be
permission to
very
play
slow.
games.
Exactly. It was like around 300, 400 rupees a month, but it's okay. I'm making something out of it. So I was like,
Definitely.
I'll publish. Then we got a lot of friends to play.
Yeah.
That's kind of a scam. If this YouTube video gets out, my account gets banned. But it's not allowed to make the same players play your game again. And it's kind of like making people watch your YouTube ads for the money.
Oh, really? I
So we
didn't know
don't do-
that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. So on Roblox, we used to like all friends 15 times. Close game, open game. Close game, open game. New account. Close game, open game. Close game, open game. To play that. But then we generated a lot of Robux out of it. So then I started like, oh, designing is fun. Then I got into 3D designing. So I was like, okay, if I can make my own models, I can make better games. Then it is easy to make games on Roblox compared to other engines. Give it a shot.
That's amazing, and I think that I love the fact that it definitely it was very young, at a very young age you start exploring this platform, right? And I think, yes, I didn't know about Roblox being so easy and like convenient on potato pieces as well, right? Like, who would have imagined? Because it is such a, I would say, because like everyone's using it, right? So it's very complex and well designed sort of software. But that's actually pretty cool. Now that we've said that gaming is easy on Roblox, and I know everyone's waiting for that only. How about we just spend some time and you show us to make something on Roblox?
Okay, I'll switch over to my other
Yes.
laptop. Let me share screen. Do I have access to share screen?
Yes, you have access to shares. And guys, you just like keep thinking questions in the meantime, and let me just like, yes.
I'll go with this. So, are there any comments on what sort of game do you want to see built? We could do a speed run. There are videos of Alvin Box, so if you're doing it in like less than 5 minutes, we can try it out.
We can do that. We
Or
can
there are a
definitely-
lot of games that are already there that I can show you around. Either
Let's create a bit of it, and then we would also
Okay.
love to see your games. I think we would love to see Squid Game that you're working on. I was particularly like super excited with that game.
yeah, we kind of ditched that project now, but the file is there, we can play. Okay, so here, let me get rid of the baseline. Let's start.
I just like how they have a like, just the start looks so pleasant, right? I mean, just having that sky sort of environment that they have as default.
Check this.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, like who would not want to code here? Tell me.
I know. Wait, how do I minimize this? I want to hide my zoom control. There.
I think someone like me who probably focuses just a lot on aesthetics part than on the features and functionalities of a game.
Oh,
Just
there
love
are
this.
two very important things when it comes to game development. You're supposed to, pay attention to both of them. You should have a great design and a great code part of it. Even when you guys speak about hats, anybody
Yes.
talks about hats, there are two important tabs we have, right?
Yes.
One of them is for our, the design part of it. So you need to have an aesthetic game because people won't play unless it looks good.
Yeah.
So you need to have the game that looks great, and then in that you want it to work well. Because bugs will come on, you're going to give up on the game very soon.
True.
So don't make that happen.
So what are you placing right now? Now you'll have to slightly help us with it
Oh, yeah.
because yeah.
Alright, so this is a neutral spawn. This is basically where your game will start whenever you start playing.
Mm-hmm.
So without the neutral spawn, you will start at the center of whatever is your first part.
Got it.
With the neutral spawn, you will always start wherever you place your spawn.
Right.
Okay, the parts just fell down because they were not anchored. Anchor is basically sticking them to the ground, or else gravity is always downwards, so you would all fall down.
Interesting.
So that is pretty much about Roblox. Now let us say you wanted a person to teleport. Then we could add some parts. Okay, let's try teleporting. Let's add two teleporters. Part here, duplicate that, get the other one on the other wall.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just switching to my studio because I usually see comments on my phone, but it just turned off. I was very irresponsible of me. I was trying to see if you guys have comments, so I was just switching to the studio. YouTube studio.
No worries.
So this is
So
Lua,
now,
right? Can you tell a bit about Lua as a language while you're parallel?
sure. So Lua was an old language started, to be honest, by Nokia. They made it famous,
So it
and
existed before Roblox.
yeah, way before Roblox. It's not a language created by Roblox. It's a totally different language.
Got
There
it.
is this entire forum that revolves around it. So Lua is the parent. Roblox is based on Lua. Like C Sharp was already there. Unity is based on C
On
Sharp.
C Sharp. Yeah, yeah, I know that, but I'm just wondering why would anyone choose Lua?
Yeah, Lua was there way before.
Yeah. So right now we are coding. We're coding teleporting.
Yep.
Awesome. And humanoid is your character.
Yeah, the character itself is called humanoid, and root part is basically the main part which is responsible for the character to fly.
Got it.
Now, I hope my screen is still correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just if it would be better if it's slightly like if you can zoom in a bit because the code's actually chotu now. Yeah, this is perfect.
Better?
Yeah.
It dot parent dot humanoid dot. So now I'm trying to get the root part, and it's C frame. C frame is nothing but the position of an object.
Got it.
So I want to change the C frame, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get the C frame, get the original C frame wherever it was,
Yeah.
and move it. So plus, I can add a new vector, vector3 dot new,
Right.
and then I can add the vector the way I want. So 0, comma, let's say 0.5, comma
Right.
0. So that's the direction in which it will be added. Then it's that's it.
Right.
And where do you want it to teleport, right? So I probably don't want you to just move front. So instead of humanoid dot root part, I can make it go to the next part. Now let us first name that part. Let's say
Oh,
I
so you're
want to teleport
teleporting.
here.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm going to choose the part that I want to teleport to. Scale it up a little bit. And there's a blue color or something, add sparkles to it. There we go.
So cool.
Yeah, that's what. Roblox gives you a lot of these things by default. You just make it really cool, you see?
Yeah.
So now it just looks like it was made for you. And once you have this, you can rename this to target spawn or something like that.
Yeah.
So what this basically does is, it will allow me to have the entire thing to myself as target spawn. So now in the script, I can refer to it as, everything is in a hierarchy here. Everything is a parent-child relationship.
Right.
So I can have game dot workspace dot, it's called target spawn. So I'm going to go ahead and paste.
Got it. So it
So now,
basically in your game in the workspace will pick targets.
correct. It is going to search for the target spawn wherever it is.
Yeah.
And then using that target spawn, it will just show me around. Like, here is your target spawn, and we want to reach next to it. So the given position.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, I'm sorry. Dot C frame. C frame is the position. So
Right.
position of the target spawn.
Yeah.
And wherever that position is, I want to get teleported there.
Yeah.
Then let us say in the beginning you want the player to wait for a while
Yeah.
before he gets teleported, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to add something to the server, because teleportation is not something that the player should be able to control. The game should decide, right? Every 60 seconds, let's say, everybody should go to the other one.
Right.
So it should be controlled by a script in the server. That's why we added it to the server script service.
Got it.
Now in the server script service, we can go ahead and write local wait time. This is creating a variable. So I created a container called local wait time.
Yeah.
Let's say I give it 11 seconds. And now let us check. Player gets added into our game. Okay.
Right.
So game dot players dot player added.
Yeah.
That will tell me when a player gets added.
Yeah.
So I can connect. What do I want to connect? I want to connect a function with a parameter called player. That's the player who just joined.
Got it.
Now I'm going to create a few folders for the player. So whenever I play the game by default, now this is an error obviously, but if you see the player, these are the default characters that come with the player whenever a game starts.
Cool.
Now in these, he has his own set of properties, his scripts, his own characters, leader stats. So here we don't have a leader stats yet.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to create a leader stats. So I will create a local folder F, and I will instance.new. Let's create a new instance or a folder, and it's going to be an folder where do I want to create that folder for the player. So I've created a folder now.
Right.
And I can give it a name. So f.name equal to, let's say, lead instance.
So everyone
So-
who's actually saying that, like, do we need to install or something, guys? This will be available on YouTube later. Right now, I would say just sit back with popcorns and enjoy what Arjun sir is doing, and then later he can actually, you can go back and follow step by step everything that he's doing.
Thirdly. So now if you see once the script ran, there is a new folder called lead instance, which was not here before.
Yeah.
So I created a folder called leader stats.
Yeah.
Now in that leader stats, I want, let's make this game about collecting coins just for now.
Right.
So I want to have coins there. So I'm supposed to create another variable that will store the coins for me. And you cannot just have a variable associated with the player. You have to create it in the folder for him. So instance.new. Again, I'm creating a new instance. This is not a folder. This is an integer value, right? So I have to create it this way. Integer value, and where does it have to be created? In the folder. So F, that's where I saved the folder.
Yeah.
So I've created my coins. And I can give it a value initially, coins.value, and set it to 0. So in the beginning, there is no coin value. Okay?
Yeah.
And I will create another folder if I want. I can create a folder called teleport bool. So I can just copy this and get this. And what I will do is I will create another folder, not F, I'll create, let's say TB. Because I want to check if the player has already teleported, right? So TB.new. And let's say this was teleported. And local coins will also change. I don't be coins anymore. I want to say, let's say, you can give it any name. Just don't go with any. Instance.new. It won't be an int value. Now I want to save true or false.
Right.
So true or false is called a boolean, bool value. Where do I want to create it? In TB. And what is the file going to be? It is going to be start game. So I can set the name for this m.name equal to start game and give cam statement. And then I can give m.value. So by default, I want to set it to true. Okay? So now start game is true by default.
All right.
Now let us check while true do. So this is an infinite loop. Whatever I write inside will keep running in the server forever.
Okay.
That's the whole point of it. So while true do, what do I want to try? I want to wait for every 1 second.
Okay.
Or let us check if firstly the wait time. If wait time, that is the local wait time that I created of 11 seconds, is greater than or equal to 1. In that case, I just want you to reduce the time. So wait time equal to wait time minus 1. Now if you want there to be a GUI that shows you how much time is remaining, then we could have even done that. You just go to the player.
Oh, so how much time? How much?
Start replay.
Got it. Yeah, continue.
So you can add a screen GUI. To screen GUI, I will add a frame. To the frame, I will add a text label.
Yeah.
I've created it, and I'm just gonna paste.
This is very exciting. I'm actually, yeah, this is super exciting.
I'm gonna just select all of them. Okay, let it be at the top left hand.
Yeah.
Alright, once I have it there, I'll place it. This is the original script.
Yeah.
This is the server script. Now in the server script, I will reduce the wait time by 1. And what I want to do is for every player, I have to change the message, right?
Yeah.
So in a for loop, I have to check for all players. So for I, player in pairs, that's how you check player in pairs. Game. That is in your game. I want to check how many players are there. Dot players get children. So that will get all the that will get all the children for me.
Okay.
So player dot get children.
Yeah.
2. What should I do? For each player, I want to change the teleport bool, and I also want to get the time.
Yeah.
So if they should be teleported, local TV equal to player. I can directly either get it, or I can have wait for child. So if there is local TV, I will create first, and I will get its wait for child. That is wait for the if it doesn't load in the very beginning, you need to wait for it, or else it will return null if you search for it instantaneously.
Yes.
But I know that there should definitely be a player GUI. Without that, game doesn't start.
Right.
So it is impossible to start without. So it's okay to give a wait for child. Or else you might get an exception saying waited too long. Now here that won't happen because player GUI has to be there.
So
in that I will wait for child.
yeah, it's okay. Okay, huh?
So screen GUI, and finally, if I want to wait for, I can just copy that code, and I can wait for the frame,
Mm-hmm.
and after forgot the colon, wait for frame. Now I have saved that frame. Now all that I need to do is inside that there is a text label. I can set the color for it, and I can check if the TV is true. So we will check if our TV value that got created equal to true.
Right.
Double equal to, because it's a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Then what should happen? I want to change the GUI. So I'll first create a local GUI, and that GUI is going to be the same thing. Player wait for everything that we got. So it is stored in TV for now. So local GUI equal to TV dot. I want to get the screen GUI from it. So text label.
Right.
GUI TV dot, or is to, you can put anything. Wait for child. I want the text label.
Right.
So now I have saved the text label. Once you have your text label, finally you can set the GUI to whatever you want. So GUI that I have saved dot text label dot text color 3.
Yeah.
So I'm setting the color to something else. This is how you set colors. Dot new. This should automatically give you a bigger palette. You can choose the color that you want. So let's say I want red color.
So red
So
color for?
To the GUI, the screen GUI that we had created.
When it teleports, right?
No, I'm giving a continuous message saying how much time is remaining.
Got it.
And there I can give a GUI.textLabel.text. So I'm changing the text as well. And I'm setting the new text to game starts in.
And then like timer.
Yes, correct. So dot dot to string, because the value was an integer value. If you want it to be a word and get concatenated or joined, it is called toString.
Right.
So toString wait time. So now if you play the game.
Okay, we are very excited. There's also people who are asking how can you change the theme. So if you can just show how can you change few things around, that'd be awesome.
Themes about?
Yeah.
I didn't get you. What?
Like probably they want to change the sky and all of these things. So once we are done with this, if you can show how can we change sky and stuff, I think they'll love it.
Oh, sky you can change from the toolbox. Let's go back
Yeah.
to home. Wait, why is my studio is not responding? Okay.
Right. So guys, everyone, I still don't see any questions for Arjun sir, but everyone's super excited, Arjun sir.
What that's
But if you want to ask any questions about what he likes and everything, please feel free.
Change themes, you just need to go to the view tab, toolbox, and from the toolbox you can search for any sort of models. Now here clearly we want sky,
Yeah.
so you can just go to models and search for sky.
Yeah.
You'll get a lot of number of skies. You can choose any. Now I like the Minecraft sky. I also like the white sky.
Yeah.
You can choose any sort of sky that you want. So whatever fits you, you can go for that.
Looks damn cool, no? Everyone's asking, okay, so what is the name of the game he's creating? He's showing how to teleport. How can you teleport an object? And someone, Palash is asking, how do you save games on Roblox? So let's finish this and then we'll show you. Oh, will you have to code the entire thing again?
No, I have copied it.
Okay.
Okay, now let us just set the target spawn. Create another part. I'm just gonna get rid of the base plate. Let's just have a neutral spawn where you stand for a few seconds. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call the neutral spawn. Let's create a new part.
So everyone's asking, is Arun sir a teacher? Then yes, he does teach on K12 platform, guys.
Okay, and here we'll add our part where we want to get teleported. So this was the part.
Yeah.
Here I'm going to do this.
No problem, Palash. Just wait for 1 second and he'll tell you how to do that. I think Palash wants to know how do you upload on Roblox. So probably we can just make a tutorial and share it later as a link in the description.
Sure, yeah. So I'll name this game spawn. Okay, so now if you see, I've named them game spawn. If it starts. Oh wait, there was.
Wow, this actually looks cool though.
Yeah, but I did not anchor it, so it just fell down. Okay, I'm going to anchor it, and I'll quickly add the GUI as well.
Yeah.
In the starter GUI,
Yeah.
I'll add a screen GUI.
Yeah.
To the screen GUI, I should add a frame. To the frame, I will add a texture. I'm going to just pull this down first.
Yes.
This. Okay, there we go. Now if I play, let's see. See, game starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
So cool. Just look at
2,
that bottom left, guys.
and there we'll get teleport. There you go.
So cool. This is amazing.
So that's pretty much about how you teleport. Now if I had to give the game a little bit values, because we created that folder for coins, remember?
Yes.
So I can go ahead and create a coin. Creating coins and all is like very, very simple. I won't get to the complicated edge of designing right now.
Yeah.
So I'll just do it real quick. You're just supposed to scale something out the way you'd like.
Yeah.
Maybe not that fat. Something like this. And you want to, your coins generally will have those inscriptions at the side.
Yeah.
You know, they look thinner at the center, little thicker at the exterior. Sort of like that.
Yeah.
So if you want that, you can just duplicate these real quick. And I'm going to select these two. And in model, there is something called negate. So if you want to cut some part out, you use the negate. So I'm
So
going to
cool. I didn't know this.
It's fun, I know. Select all the three parts and then union them. So there you see, there is a small
Oh my
cutout.
god. This is so cool.
Yeah, and I want to change the color first because a union's color changing is a little bit difficult. So I might go for corroded metal and I'll give it like yellow color or golden color. Select the part.
Oh wow.
If you know the RGB values, you could go for it. Now I want to try to make a rusty coin kind of thing. Depends on the theme of your game, what sort of a coin you will have.
Yeah.
So now I created a rusty kind of coin. There we have.
This
Once
is
you have your coin, you might want it to spin and all, So I'll just give it a name quickly. I'm going to name it coin.
yeah.
And I'm going to give it a script to spin. So there need to be two scripts. One is for it to float.
Yeah.
And other is for it to spin.
Right.
So I'm going to give them both. And you remember how we did the C-frame thing where you change from one position to different? Very similarly, you're going to do it here. When you want to move from, let's say, one part to the other, there's like very simple scripts. You want, the coin collection is a little complicated, but making it float and spin is really easy. So if I go back to my coin, just gonna lift it a little up, make sure that it is anchored and not collide, because I just want to collect it, not dash with it.
Right.
So I've said, now let us make it float first.
Yeah.
So while true do, because this is an infinite loop again, what should it happen? For a loop, for I equal to 1 to 4. Okay, so let's say 4 times this should happen. Script dot parent dot C frame, that is the position. I want to change it. So initial position plus I want it to fly up, so I have to use vector3.neo. And this time I want it to fly up, so it's x, y, z. Y represents the upper direction, so 0, 0.1, 0. And then make it wait for a very small time, like 0.1 seconds or something, 4 times. Okay, so this looks like an animation, or else it would have been very sudden, It'll just fly up. That should not happen. So I'll give 2 of these. And after that, I have to make it come down also. So I will copy the same code and I'll make it move minus 0.1 as well.
Right.
Okay. And once that happens, let us give it another small weight of 0.1. So now if you look at the game, let me just take this coin in front of our first pawn, because I don't want to spend 10 seconds just waiting for the coin to come back. So this is the test part of it, so I'll just bring it here.
Yeah.
Little bit in front of it. And let us play. So now if you play the game, you'll see that your coin will float. Let's see if it. Yep, there you go, you see? It's floating up and down.
Yeah.
So that's the float part of it.
Yeah.
Now once you made it float, if you want to make it spin, very similar code, you just, instead of making it float up, I'll copy the same code. And here, instead of changing, and I should also end the file loop, here, instead of making it, there is no for loop and all required because it's pretty direct. You don't want to repeat repetition.
Correct.
Get rid of this. Here, the C frame should not just be added with some value because you want to spin, not change. So no addition, It's a multiplication, and I have to do it this way. C-frame dot, there is a formula called from Euler angles. So you are creating an angle from Euler angles XYZ. And there I can give it the angles that I want. Now I want it to revolve along the y-axis, so I should take the y-axis as my reference. 0, 0.1, 0. So now if you play the game, it should rotate and float. It should do both of those things. See?
Yes, this is damn cool.
So your point works. That's pretty much about the ease of game development. Now I'm going to keep this sky. I'm going to get rid of the Minecraft sky just for now.
Yeah.
Because while playing, I prefer the white kit. Yeah, let's take the
Yeah, so it's
So that's pretty much about it.
so cool.
And if you wanted that last bit of, when the coin got collected, you wanted to show that the coin gets collected, the script, I think we'll end up with that. That cool?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, let us add the coin script. So I'll name the script as collect, let's say.
Yeah.
Because the game has to be functional at the end of the day.
Yes.
So let's make it collect.
Right.
So if you make the coin collect, I have to first the local gift score, because I don't want the score to be there continuously. Local gift score, I will set it to true in the beginning.
Right.
And then script.parent.touch, which will tell me that the parent, that is the script's parent, which is the coin, is touched.
Yeah.
And that time I connect a function where I should check who touched it, so it's a hit, and who hit it. So let's check. If hit, the parent is to find first child, which means there is a first child called human.
Right.
Because or else, even wind is considered as a property in Roblox.
Yeah.
So even if the wind hits the coin, it will consider it as true. That should not happen.
Yeah.
So in that, let us check if give score. You can even give if give score equal true, both is fine, or you can just let it be. If give. Then I want to change the give score to false. After I change the give score to false, I will make the coin disappear. So script.parent. If you choose the coin here, can you see there is an option called transparency?
Yes.
So if you see,
Oh, so you will make it like basically.
Yes. See, 1 makes it disappear and 0 makes it visible, right? So I'll just control it from here. Script.parent.transparency. I will set it to, like you saw, if the transparency is 1, it makes it invisible. So I'll go for that. And then the player who just touched us, or the coin, I'll keep for player dot leader stats dot. So whatever player, whoever touched us. Now I have to declare players first. So let us, once we get collided, let us directly save it. Local, if it is a human, then local player. And I can just get hit.parent dot, again I want get player from character. That's what I want. So I have to game dot players with a P capital. And from the players, I want the player from the character who has collided.
Yeah.
So get player from character. And who is that? It's not parent.
Right.
So I've saved it in the player. Now players leader stats. From the leader stats, we have created a coins. In that coins, I have given value, which was 0. I'll just update it by 1. So copy, paste, plus 1.
Right.
Okay. So now the coins value has increased.
Right.
And after that, I can wait for another 60 seconds before it comes back, or let's say 10 seconds for now. Wait for 10 seconds, make the give score again come true. And same way here, wait for 10 seconds, and then make the coin also visible.
Got
so
it.
Script.int transparency equal to. So if I do this, and now we play the game. Initially, my name shows up here with 0 coin, 0 death.
Right.
Uh-oh. So the coin is not reachable. Bring it very close to us.
Oh, you tried to jump, but it's not where. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not in dreams.
Yes.
It's the bad beta test.
No, I think it's in
Now
this
there
15 minutes you're creating. Wow, that's damn cool.
So now the coin got recollected and it will spawn back in the right.
Nice.
That's how you make games in Roblox.
Superb. This is amazing. I mean, I am so impressed that we managed to do it in just 20 minutes. So this is super cool, Arjun, I must say. And guys, I'm sure if you can just go back and watch this video again, then you'll get to do step by step and everything that others have did by yourself and actually create a game on Roblox, which is a simple
Correct.
coin collection and 15 minutes. So I think that's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
Um, awesome. So I have a question before. I'm just checking if everyone has any question or something. Um, Awesome. So I have a question, Arjun sir. Is so you have been a passionate coder, right? And someone who started coding very young. And then there are so many students and kids nowadays who learn a bit of coding in school or who want to explore and everything. What is that one message that you would want to give them?
Okay, this is usually also what I tell a lot of the students who, like, my students from Camp Kitbal,
Yes.
or in general, an advice that I would have given to younger me. Coding is not all that complicated. A lot of you come with the perception
Yeah.
that coding is related to computers, it's going to be really difficult for us. No, it's not. One of the things that you should keep in mind is coding has everything to do with logic, very little to do with language. They are teaching you you're learning coding, you're not learning programming languages.
Yeah.
Okay? So try to develop your interest towards logic. Try to develop an interest towards how do you solve these problems. So now I know that I want the coin to float.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about how do I code for it. Think about how would
How
you
do
make it move.
Hmm.
You make it move up, down, up, down. So position has to change. Then you can Google anytime, like how do I change position in Roblox?
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah.
But if you cannot think of you should have changed position, you will never be able to code.
Yes.
So focus towards logic. Do not complain about not getting code. Practice. You'll get to know. It's a language.
Yeah. So
If you keep
patience and
I mean,
practice, it seems.
yeah, there is no. I mean, you can't learn French in one day, right? You have to say bonjour for 20 days to be able to say au revoir the second day or something. It takes you time. Give it time, it will sink in. But coding is fun, and do it for the sake of passion, not because your parents enrolled you in some course or because it's there in curriculum. No, don't force yourself. Have fun with it. Explore so much because I am in engineering second year now. We do not have app development, but then I got to know of Flutter and I've been creating apps like crazy from them.
Yeah.
512 GB SSD, Kingston filled. I'm just creating projects. Nothing to do. Everything has only the same screen and different buttons.
Yes.
But it's exciting to me. So when you click it, you'll get more pushed towards it. So just go with it. And also you get to play games. So remember guys, if you start game development, you get to play.
This is
Bottom.
super cool, and thank you so much, Arjun sir, for doing this. It was exciting, and kids love it. One last question that kids have is, what is your username on Roblox?
The, for the CamK12 ID, if you guys want to add me, it's Neon Forever 666 or it's CamK12 underscore Camp.
Awesome. So we'll put
Sorry,
it up in the
it's
description,
underscore.
guys.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely put it up in the description. But thank you so much, Arjun sir. This is an amazing, amazing episode. I had so much fun, and thank you for it's like creating and exploring us the basics of Roblox. I know you have so much more, and we'll definitely get you back into just showcase your projects and for kids to explore more advanced projects with us together. And thank you all of you guys for joining today. It was crazy to see you guys, and I want to see you guys again next week with probably English or some other content. But hey, keep coming back because as Arjun sir mentioned, coding is about logic and fun, and that's what we intend to do through Camp K12 TV. So thank you so much for everyone to join, and thank you so much, Arjun sir, and have a great weekend.
Same to you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.